I got a treat for 99% of you
Oh boy.
because I
What?
showed one person them and the other person created them. So
Um,
Oh, is this the Hawaiian shirts? Oh, okay.
okay, so it's a partial. It's a partial recap, and then what's not here, I'll recap, and then we'll get into it. So you stick with it. They're like little videos. One of them is like three minutes long. I'm gonna play them, but it's a recap, so it'll do the same. Were you gonna say something, Caleb, or no?
No, I had an update, but we'll just put it in the video later.
Okay. Okay.
Just go for it. Just send it.
just do it.
Previously on Via Non Capta.
Gonna be ticked off because he has no shirt.
Dearest Lieutenant Silva, it was imperative that we use your robes on our away mission. I also had to modify the robes for team coordination, which I'm sure you understand. Commander Thahat sanctioned the acquisition and coloring of them this time around. Yours truly, Lieutenant Commander Chajahan. P.S. I would also like to apologize again for the incident several months ago, notably when I borrowed your robes without permission and afterward put them in with the dark laundry. I assure you it won't happen again.
Gentlemen, I think it's time we don our disguises. You're going to love it. This is exactly what the TV shows on Earth depicted for a cruise ship.
I hate this. I love the hat. Oh my goodness.
Ah, fellow Andorian, what's on the menu tonight, sir?
Well, we're able to make whatever you can. We have a large stock of food here.
Perhaps an Earth delicacy?
Well, there's not many Earth delicacies. I have a thing called korsh. It is ground meat, pressed and cooked, and then it is covered in a blanket of some sort of like pressed dairy curd. It's sliced very thinly.
That sounds wonderful. I think I'll have 2 of those. Maybe a side of space chips if you got them.
Yes, well, that'll take about 20, 25 minutes. No problem.
Fantastic. Thank you. I'll be seated then. Oh, and Chef, could you deliver that to me personally, please? I'd feel much better about an Andorian bringing me my food.
Absolutely, I can understand that. Is there anything
25
further
minutes
I can,
early.
get for you?
Do you get a break today? Perhaps you could join me just for a little bit while I eat this delectable-looking meal.
I'd be okay with that. I gotta know what is happening up here. He says, "Brother, that looks awful."
I'm a little surprised that you don't know of me.
Yes, I thought you looked familiar. Yeah. Jahan.
Yes,
Yes.
formerly of the
Uh-huh.
USS Drake. Yes, it's merely publicity purposes. They've hired a completely new person to take control of the engines. I'm just there for pleasantries, really. It's a bit of a nerve, so I apologize.
No, I understand. I can understand that the Federation does makes kind of big sweeping decisions, so I understand.
Yes, of course. And then to get away from everything, I have to come on to a Federation pleasure cruise.
The Federation is so powerful and so big. Like, what could you ever do to stop them from overtaking all these things and making these broad things? Yeah, right. Nothing.
It's between you and I don't want this to get out, but I had to be off of that ship. Not to ignore your question of earlier, but this stuff here, Federation.
I did that to you. Don't gotta worry about me. I won't say nothing.
Oh,
That's a terrible thing. What happened to Starbase 2, right?
yes, and also, it seems maybe the Federation had something to do with that. I don't think they can keep their P's and Q's separated or together.
Everybody comes here to relax and have a good time, and have some fun. So I don't want to ruin your relax, your fun, but I like to sometimes read some books and stuff in the study. So maybe sometime tonight, tomorrow, whenever you see me there, you come over, you sit with me. We'll catch up a little bit more.
And the study sounds like a great time. So I think I'll have to take you up on that offer sometime.
Hey, Will, why does he sound like a mobster?
The funny thing is I went all over the place with
Your characters.
with that character's voice.
Yeah.
He was like Italian and then like
Boston.
Eastern European, and then
You don't notice it until you watch like a compilation of the entire conversation.
He's like all over the place.
We're
I
just a
don't
bunch
know.
of noobs. It's fine.
Because
Oh,
when
man.
you start off, you're like,
That was-
we got Gorsh, it's a very nice meat,
Yeah,
So
and then
funny.
immediately he's not. He's like a 1950s mobster.
And then he ends, hey, I'll make you a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I won't say. My favorite line, Will, is when you say, "You don't got to worry about me. I won't say nothing."
I'm not a snitch.
Yeah.
I don't say nothing.
I'm not a
Excellent
rat.
acting.
I didn't know you were going to add sound to that Silva thing. That was pretty good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That was good.
I've
figured
heard
we
enough
could-
of my own voice tonight, so that's
Yeah.
I'll be mute for the remainder of this one.
Okay, so the other part of the recap that was Lozesh and Arhat basically confronted the first mate in passing and kind of interacted with him and tried to feel him out and see how he kind of what he would reveal, kind of like what the chef revealed to Lieutenant Jahan. So that kind of played out.
Felt him out in a literal way.
He
Had
did.
to hold him.
You latched onto him, lifted him off the ground, gave him something to think about. So, and then the other thing that happened was Captain Knightley sat with the security guard on the Starbase, and they overlooked the monitor. We ended on her telling Sandin on the Drake to start reviewing people on the Drake because it basically was coming to the realization that the person that they could see was blue, but didn't have hair and didn't have antenna. So using that information, they Coben on the Starbase was able to determine that it probably isn't the one person who matches that, which was a female Bolian on the Starbase. I didn't say it last time, but her name is Midra Tadogit. She's a science officer on the Starbase, and so Coben asked Knightley to look at the Drake, and using that information as well,
She
It's
was
either
very
they-
salty about that.
she was very salty. She was very salty about this. So using the information about that, she had him look into it. So that more or less kind of catches us up. I know that like the video thing kind of was like a synopsis, but basically Jahan, Arhat, and Lozesh are on the Tranquil undercover trying to gather more information about this crew. They're suspected to have something to do with the bomb that went off on Starbase 2. And House, Clark, Sova, and Captain Knightley are back on Starbase 2, and they're all kind of separately doing their own things. They haven't really intermixed with each other. So that'll get us right into it.
I will take a chance to be who I'm meant to be. I won't let fear keep me from trying. It's time for me to make a change, to start living the life I want. I'm gonna reach for the sky, way up high. I'm never giving up. It's up to me to see who I can be, make dreams reality. I'm never giving up. 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 I'm never giving up.
What we'll do is we'll start back with Captain Knightley, and we'll have Sondon will have you come back into the room. He'll like page you to come to like the security place where he's been watching these videos like privately.
Okay.
And so now what I'm going to do is have he's gonna roll.
Okay.
And it's a difficulty 4.
I see.
We have plenty of momentum if you need to use it.
Yeah, what does that mean? I have to roll 2 dice?
Yeah, but Sondon is rolling, so I'm gonna
Sure,
roll.
yeah, I'm kidding. Okay.
So Sondon is looking at security footage and he's trying to put things together. So that's what he is trying to do. He's trying to basically determine who this person on the footage is. So are you guys going to spend 3 momentum so that I can have 2 dice? Or
How
1
many do we
momentum so
have?
I can have 3 dice?
Because he needs to get 4 successes with 2 dice.
Yeah.
So we can pay 1 momentum to give him an extra dice, or you pay 3 momentum to give him 2 extra dice.
Yeah.
I would
Well-
suggest.
Am I an idiot, or you have to have 4 dice, right?
No, he can do it with 2, but he'd have to roll 2 ones. That's the only way for him to succeed is if he rolled 2 ones.
Well, I feel like he needs 4 to really do it well, because you're not going to roll 2 ones. It's not likely.
Yeah, but even with 4, he needs 4 complete successes.
Yeah. Why are you
Good
making
roll.
this so hard,
Odds.
though? Why are you making it so difficult?
It's not an easy thing. It's a hard. He's trying to really.
security
He's trying to watch. He's trying to watch security footage to see a guy who's like way down the hallway. He's trying to determine like he's not trying to be like, is it male, female, tall, small? He's
Sure.
trying to determine like who it is as an actual individual.
No, that makes sense. I was messing with you.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you meant like, why is it so difficult? Sorry.
It's okay.
No, she
Hard
was
to
serious.
distinguish from my attitude. So it's
She was 100% serious. Why is it so hard to look at a computer screen?
Yeah.
I have to channel this mean character in order for me to actually do anything. Otherwise, I'll just be like, "It's okay, everybody's fine." So, Yeah,
I
I'd
mean,
say let's buy the momentum.
to be fair, on all these CSI shows, they can zoom in to pixelate.
Yeah.
True.
So
That's
why
true.
can't we do it in Star Trek?
But Andrew,
That's
that's science fiction. This is science reality.
Oh my
Actually,
god, yeah.
I hate to tell you, but
They can-
CSI is more sci-fi than Star Trek.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
can zone in on like a singular piece of lint.
Computer
Science
enhanced.
fantasy. Yeah, science fantasy.
Especially Bones. Their technology on that show is ridiculous. But
Mhm.
anyway,
Hey, listen. We got
Okay,
tablets
agree.
because of Star Trek.
That's true. See,
true. And
but
flip
real
phones.
science
And
Real
cell
science.
phones.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'd say let's use the momentum. If
All right,
everyone's on
the
board with
captain's
that.
saying 3 momentum.
Is everyone on
Okay,
board?
I'm gonna do it.
know.
So what does that leave us with? 1.
3. We have 3.
I'm
We get
rolling.
6. We're using 3.
Very good.
All right, 1
Nothing.
success, 2 success, 3 success, 4 success.
Very good.
Very nice.
So
No
do we get
extras.
momentum back?
Nope. I didn't get any. I didn't get any ones, and I didn't. He doesn't have like a focus in like security footage. So
Okay.
That's lame.
Whatever.
sorry.
And you call yourself
Fine.
security.
Well, he's
What a
second in
loser.
command. He's not as smooth as our hat.
It's
Oh.
actually it's his day off, actually.
Yeah, I just wanted to go back on the station. Anyway, so with this successful roll, he can tell that it is Bolian and that they're wearing a Drake uniform.
You said last time
Mhm.
that there was something on its head.
Mm-mm.
No?
Mm-mm.
Very good.
Yeah,
Right.
you said that there
No
was
hair.
a stripe down the center of his head.
Yes, yes, that's,
A raised piece of
Yeah.
skin.
Okay.
you can see that he's a Bolian.
Is that I forget that's what they look like. Okay.
That's what they look like. Yep.
So it's a Bolian. Okay.
And
Oh,
it's a Drake bowl.
Our female bullions do they have a flat head and not
No, they also
one of
have a
those raised? Oh, they do.
No, they also
Okay.
do. Yeah,
All right.
there is an episode where there is a Bolian who doesn't have a ridge, but I think it's just weird
It's
Star
like the
Trek writing.
earlier. It's like
Yeah,
the
right.
earlier Klingons.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, it's like the Trill when they show the Trill in Next Gen, and then you watch Deep Space Nine, and they don't look the same. So yeah, it's the same thing.
these guys. Okay.
Yeah, the blue ridge.
The half-
Okay. I don't
The
know what
half
I was.
moon people.
Maybe
Yeah.
The half
because-
moon pe-
And then you have Mott, who's the barber
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Oh yeah.
for Picard,
Yep.
Yeah.
and Picard played him in one
Yes.
of the episodes.
Yeah. When the episode. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So that's what Sandin is able to tell you is that he is. That's what he is. So it's somebody from the Drake, and it's a Bolian from the Drake,
Okay.
Or at least he's wearing a Drake uniform.
or he's at least wearing a Drake uniform. Correct.
Okay. Good job, Sandin.
And we know how everybody steals clothes out of everybody's lockers, so
Right?
it could be
True.
anybody.
No, nobody can control that. Not even security.
Security's the one stealing it.
Like I said.
So I would say to him, okay, so what do we do? What do you suggest we do next to figure out exactly who it is? How do we narrow it down?
Well, there's only one Bolian on the ship.
Okay. Very good. I should have known
Narrow.
that.
Pretty narrowed.
Okay.
And he
So-
punches up. He punches it up. It's the chef.
No.
The chef
No.
is there, but when they pull up footage of the time thing, he's just in the kitchen.
Hmm.
So Sandin says to you, like, he explains to you, like, oh, well, the only Bolian we have on the Drake
I see.
it's the chef. It's the chef. And he pulls up footage immediately of the timestamp of when the detonation goes off. And Orlak Vinar, that's the chef's name. Chef Vinar is not. He's in the
It's not
kitchen.
him.
He's standing in the kitchen making food.
So can you run a scan of like the cameras? Like what I'm thinking is somehow somebody got one of our uniforms.
He looped the footage.
So is there like a passed out crew member somewhere?
Okay.
And like his uniform is missing, or it's like, how do we? I don't know where to go from here.
Okay, so you want him to see if any of the crew is unaccounted for, like
Yeah, please.
okay. That will be a difficulty 1 roll.
Okay.
Oh, now it's easy to look at them out
Yeah.
there.
Oh,
He just reads security reports, and the answer is no. He has no idea. He failed that.
okay. So it's probably not hard to fabricate our.
I mean, you could look at it. You want to roll?
I mean, is it going to be different if I look at it?
Well, you have the chance. Basically, right now, Sandin says I don't have any. He doesn't see any reports of anybody missing.
Okay.
You said he failed. He failed the roll.
But I failed that roll. Right.
Oh, sorry. I didn't hear that. Yeah, I'll roll.
Okay.
Hang on, let me get my sheet out. Sorry, I didn't.
No, it's okay. So it's security insight when you want to roll difficulty 1.
Does the chef even wear a uniform?
No, he wears like a white uniform. He wears like a white,
Good thought.
like what a chef would wear.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I thought.
Okay, I need a 12 or it's better. Okay, or less. And I got a 4. So I was successful.
Okay, yeah. So when he looks at it, no crew is unaccounted for.
Okay.
Everyone is accounted for. Though those who aren't here are on a way of mission, and the rest there's nobody. Nobody's missing.
Was that guy's son a Bolian? The one who handed no. Okay.
No.
Cause I didn't do what you suggest and rewatch and listen. So
That's at this point it's okay because that would have been. It was revealed that the chef was a Bolian.
Oh, I see.
So
you were leading me down a rabbit hole, is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. No. I just was trying to help you to make the jump. That
yeah, sure. Okay, so
the point he was making was Sova went in for soup and talked to the chef. That's when you could have looked back at.
I saw it.
Nice. Okay, so I will tell him job well done. Thank you for your work.
Okay.
And I'm going to get a hold of. I'd like to call Admiral Foxwell, please.
Okay, yeah.
You go.
And you're ready to talk to Admiral Foxwell?
Yes, please.
Okay. Whenever you're ready.
I'm ready.
Oh, okay.
Hello, Admiral Foxwell.
Captain Knightley.
It's me. Hi. First of all, I'd like to apologize for my attitude that was given last time. I am very sensitive to criticism of specifically my crew members, and especially a certain one who has faced some unjust things. So I would like to apologize for that.
Apology accepted, Captain. It's no problem. The several decks of the station had erupted and exposed to the vacuum of space. Everybody was on edge. It's not really.
That's fair. Thank you. So I had as you know, my chief security officer is away.
I do.
So my second in command, I had him look into it, and so here's the thing. He determined it was a Bolian, and I only have one Bolian on my crew, who is our chef. And we pulled up security logs, and he was accounted for at the moment. So I'm very happy and relieved to report it's not a member of my crew. But he was wearing our uniform, so somehow something has happened.
Okay. Yeah. Coben filled me in about that we suspected that the person had to have come through a maintenance shaft from a docked ship. And seeing that the person has a Drake uniform, they either somehow got onto your ship unnoticed and donned the uniform, or something isn't what it seems. So, I think I'll talk to your chef if you don't mind.
Sure, of course.
And we'll go from there. Do you want to be present at that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so that's what we'll do. How about you stay here? I'll have him come to
Perfect.
us.
Sounds good.
So she turns over and she pushes a button, and she says, she talks to the receptionist and out in the front of her office and says, can you contact the Drake and get the chef of the Drake over here onto the Starbase? Have him report to my office. And the receptionist says, yes, of course. So while we wait, yeah. Well, we'll fast forward. We'll fast forward time, and then the chef comes to our office.
Okay.
So he enters. He has like a messy-ish. He's not like a super messy, but he has like a messy kind of like outfit, like chef outfit on. And he's like, "Hi, yeah, hi. What's I was told to come here. What's going on?" And she says, "Yeah, please, chef, please have a seat. I just have a question. We have some information about a suspect who could be the person who set the armament here on Starbase 2, and it's seeming like they came from the Drake, and not that things are pointing at you necessarily, but it sort of seems like it's somebody from your world, your home world. So what do you have to say about that? What do you think about that? And you can tell that this, well, you know what? I'll do this. Have you, Adri?
Yeah.
Roll security. Is it security? I think it's security insight. And have you roll something here. Okay. Yeah, security insight.
What? Insight?
Security insight. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that would be 12.
Okay.
18. I failed.
Okay, so the chef says, no, I don't know. I've heard about the rallies that have happened here on the station and elsewhere, but I don't have any other idea of what's been going on. I have no idea. I'm shocked that I would even be discussed, that I would even be on the radar of something like this. I'm just in the kitchen in my quarters.
And I'll pipe in and say, it's okay. We know it wasn't you.
Okay. Wow. Okay. I don't know how to be more helpful. I don't know what.
Do you have any insight on any reason why a Bolian might be anti-Federation?
Well, a lot of our people. Oh, your video, Adri.
I see that.
Wow.
Maybe I have to update.
Probably.
It's
Huh?
contagious, whatever it is.
I guess so.
um, he says, well, I know a lot of Bolians were, what is the word I want to think of? A lot of Bolians were forcefully removed from the Amar system. So
Okay.
I know that that's why a lot of Bolians are upset. I mean, I'm not a fan of it. I don't enjoy it. It's my people, but I don't have anything to do with that. I'm
Yeah,
here
of
with
course.
you guys, so I don't know.
Yeah, we know that, and I appreciate that.
Okay. So
Admiral,
yeah,
is there anything else you'd like to ask him?
she just kind of stares at him for a good bead and says, "No, no, I don't think so. You're dismissed. Thank you, sir." So he kind of just kind of shockingly kind of like scared, like looks at you both and just kind of like hurriedly, not like runs, but like kind
Yeah,
of hurriedly
I kind of
runs
give
out the
him
way, walks.
like a reassuring nod, like it's okay. Like I'm on your side kind of thing.
You can kind of see that he sort of relaxes, but it's not wonderful.
Sure.
So then he leaves.
He's got to
Okay.
cook our burgers. He can't be running some,
Very,
uprising.
it's very true.
He
Not allowed.
talks too much.
Okay. Anything further, Captain? Or
Um,
I don't have any. If this is your lead, that it's a Bolian in a Drake uniform, and the only Bolian is your chef, and he's accounted for. I don't know what else to assume, what else to go for with.
yeah, I mean, security is not wasn't what I majored in, Admiral, so I don't have a lot of ideas, but if he didn't come from my ship, he had to come from the Starbase, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what other option is there?
Yeah, I mean, he would have triggered something on the Drake if he had entered the Drake unauthorized.
Yes. Trust me, my security officer has things down.
So if you don't get any type of alerts like that, then I don't know what happened.
Here's a question to you. Did we scan for that?
Did you scan for
An alert like that? Like it might have happened and we just never asked for that. I don't remember.
No, because our hat when he was on the ship and also Sondon, they would have seen it.
Yeah. Okay. So, I have a thought, Admiral. I know it's not terribly frequent, but is it possible that somebody beamed in?
Well, when we talked about it, when Coben was discussing it with me before, all of the alerts that go off when something makes an unauthorized teleportation into the Starbase, alerts go off, and the only way to override those alerts are with personal codes. Only myself, Dr. Treasel, and Coben can do that, and they're not issued by Starfleet. They are
And
personal codes that I have made up, that Coben has made up. So, and we didn't. Nothing happened. None of that happened. Which
you
is what
trust them.
Coben and Treasel. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't. There's no nothing that I would have any reason to. Coben's very thorough. It would surprise me that he would go through all of that to then be the person who did it. You
Could
know,
be the perfect alibi. But
it could be.
I hate to be that suspicious of our own.
It also would be very surprising that a person would go to great lengths to make themselves not look like a blue person, and specifically put on a Drake uniform.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know where to go from here.
That's okay. It's okay if you don't
Okay.
know where to go. It's okay. It's a mystery that's yet to be solved, so it's okay.
Very good.
Definitely the chef.
It's
Well,
him.
Captain, we're gonna keep on this, Captain. We're gonna keep looking into it. We're gonna keep going. At least we have a direction. You know, we have something.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like, we don't know what happened at all. We have an idea that we can see that it's a person who is blue skinned in some nature, or they're a blue color with a Drake uniform on. It appears to be in a bowling. That's
Yeah.
the best we got, which is more than nothing.
Where would one find a Drake uniform other than the Drake? I mean,
Isabel.
Yeah,
is that
only
a thing that Isabel? I don't know what that is yeah, I don't know. I guess that's more of like a me to you question, like, is that something somebody could like fabricate, or
somebody could fabricate it, but it would have to be something of like, it would be like, that type of a thought of like international spy type of thing, where it's like he's being James Bond, or it's like they've done like surveillance on the Drake and like have gotten the uniforms.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
other than fabricating it, probably the most likely way is just literally going to like a locker or just putting on your uniform. You know what I mean? Like if you're a person.
Mhm.
So
Okay. Well, I will I'll keep our security people on it, and if I have any updates, I'll share with you, of course.
yeah, same. If Coben learns something, I'll have him alert you or your security crew as soon as possible.
Very good.
Thank you, Captain. No, seriously, thank you.
Of course.
And we don't know what's going on, so don't blame yourself or anybody on your crew for doing this. We don't know what really happened yet.
Very good.
Dismissed.
And I leave.
Good. Okay, so that is where we're going to leave that. Unless you want to do something more, Adri. Did you want something more? Or no? Okay.
Nah.
Okay.
No.
So I will tell the 4, but 3, that those who are on the Starbase get information from the Admiral and Coben as they interrogate Naboa, like that they're not getting anything that is really helpful. They feel like he's involved, but they're not getting anything that like puts him at the scene. It's kind of like Clue. It's like he was at the building. He's walking around, but like what room, what weapon, who did it, you don't know any of that. So it's like, but you feel like he's involved. So that's the information that you guys get. Obviously, the other 3 don't get it because they're on a ship. So,
yeah.
Okay. Let's cut to. Oh, go ahead, Caleb.
I wonder if there's a bullion on his crew.
Hmm.
Naboa's crew.
That's a good idea.
On whose crew?
No, Captain Naboa.
Naboa.
Oh.
Can we ask like Foxwell to do or somebody to run like a
Personnel check.
Yeah, Coben can do a personnel check, like force it basically to happen.
Okay.
And yeah.
See where
So
that gets us.
okay, so one of you or Captain, you approach Coben at the thing, and you have him run a personnel check on that. And he says, "Well, I'll do it. The only thing is, to be fair to you, is that I would be surprised if there's any other species on the ship but Talarians. They're pretty xenophobic."
Oh. Well, another dead end then.
Sorry, I forgot about that.
No, that's okay.
I didn't
So
know
he
that.
he basically forces the security officer on the Naboa or on the Tabran to cough over a personnel list, and it's just Talarians.
Okay. Well, it was a good thought.
Yep.
What's
Oh
the
yeah,
admiral? May I ask?
what is the admiral? She's a human.
A
So
human.
she says.
So she says, "Yep, sure."
Scanner.
Could also be an Andorian with their antenna removed.
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty hard to fake that ridge that goes all the way down.
Well, yeah, but
we didn't see that.
we don't really know if that was on the security camera or not.
Right. It just looks
It's
like
this little blue dot with a Drake uniform.
Right.
But also, Andorians can't just take their antennas off.
John doesn't have antenna.
Listen.
Yeah, he can unscrew them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is true.
Not that I suspect John.
But I don't. Yeah.
It could be
Who
another.
better
Andorian
off to be PO'd against the Drake? I mean, you know.
I think that's what somebody wants us to think.
Mm-hmm.
Except for them, they would have just been an android or an Andorian.
I don't know. I don't know.
Could be a human doing blueface.
Wow.
Thanks them. Okay. Well, if nobody else has any great, interesting ideas, I'm going to move on to the away.
I say
Move
I say
on.
put the chef in the brig.
Lock them up.
Yeah, just in case.
Plot the cuffs right on him. All right. I think, yeah.
Okay. And we'll move on to the away team. So we come back to the away team. They are standing outside the lunchroom or cafeteria, I think is what I called it, dining hall. And you guys are just about to kind of split off your separate ways. And at nighttime, Arhat and Lozesh were going to the dance hall, and Jahan was going to the study. So right as your conversation kind of trails, you guys are kind of on the tail end of that conversation, all three of you hear, "There they are. It's those two right there." And so all three of you turn and you look, and coming down the corridor where you guys are is the first mate and the two Orions that you saw at the front of the ship. And he points at Lozesh and he says, "That's the one who picked me up right there." And he goes, "And the other one right there, he's with him." So they walk over to you separately, one to Lozesh, one to Arhat. And the first mate says, he goes, "I want both of these guys. I want them off the ship." And then he turns and he sees Jahan, and then he notices that Jahan and that Arhat are wearing the same shirt. And he goes, "Wait a minute." And he goes, and he has a phase pistol in his hand. He points it at Jahan And just as he's about to say to Jahan something, the chef comes walking up behind. Arhat can see this. Jahan can't. Comes up behind and kind of gives this gesture like, don't, like, like move on kind of a face. And the first mate kind of stands there. You can tell he's not really super excited. Doesn't like that. But he doesn't pursue anything, and he lowers his phase pistol against Jahan. He turns back to you two, Arhat and Lozesh, and he says, okay, you two follow me.
Am I able to interject here?
Anybody can say do anything at any point. I'm just trying to.
All right. I want to convince the first mate that it's all a misunderstanding.
Okay. That is. You are trying to do something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's command present.
Boy, all right.
And we're don't roll yet.
No,
if you rolled, then re-roll. But
I didn't.
I'm gonna say he's pretty unhappy. So it's gonna be a difficulty 3.
All right. So one of my talents, I don't know what talents does in this situation.
Okay.
But I have Dauntless.
Okay, let me look that up. You have it here. All your talents. The talents. That's not you. Whenever you attempt a task to resist being intimidated or threatened, so it's when it's happening to you.
Can you turn my light on over there?
I see. So it wouldn't really apply in this situation.
Mm-hmm. No. If he was intimidating or threatening you,
Thank you.
and you're resisting that, then yeah.
I see.
I had to get my boots off. I had to.
All right. So it's a 3, you said?
Yep, 3 difficulty. So you can do momentum if you want, just in case you don't want to risk it.
We have 3 momentum left.
I think that's what Andrew said. Yes.
All right, I'll use a momentum. Why not?
Okay.
Give it a go.
2 momentum.
It's gonna be rough though. I only have a 10 for presence and command.
Okay.
Oh. 2 successes and a fail.
So, do you want to play it out, or you want me to just tell you? Do you want to play out your failure? Like, do you want to start to talk to him and then he shuts you down, or just want me to go on?
I can say, oh, sorry about these 2. I think they've just had a few too many in the game room. So.
I'm sure they have, but they're coming with me.
Well, that's.
So he escorts the 2 of you back down the corridor and down. So,
Not me.
you're not being escorted. Okay.
I resist intensely.
You resist intensely. Okay. What would you like to do? All three of them have phase pistols. Would you like to attack them?
No.
Okay.
Nope. I'm going to back the one in the corner, and I'm going to look at the chef and say, command your men to stand down.
Okay. So you will have to roll a presence command roll for him. That's also a difficulty 3.
Okay, I have
It's 2d20s. Yep.
2d20s. Okay. And it's a -3. What is it? A command and what?
Command and presence.
Okay. A 4 and a 1.
Okay.
Oh.
So the chef kind of is caught off guard when you say that to him. And he looks at the first mate, and the first mate kind of looks at him. And they say, okay, what's really going on here then?
That's my question.
Well, we're just trying to run a cruise ship.
Are you not the first mate?
I'm the chef if you're talking to me.
No, I'm talking to the first mate.
Okay. The first mate says, yeah, I am the first mate.
I said, then why do you take commands from the chef?
Well, I trust the chef, and if he thinks that he's okay, I don't question it. He's my friend. I don't know you.
I don't believe that.
Well, let's see. I can have you roll a so difficulty 2, and I'll have you roll command insight. Yeah.
11 and an 11.
Okay, what? And you have like a 12 or something?
13.
Okay. So when he says that, what you get from obviously like reading his body language, you get that the first mate isn't necessarily lying that he is just his friend, but obviously there's like there's some sort of deeper connection between these two guys. But you don't necessarily get that the chef is like the head of them. It's just more of like camaraderie, like they have each other's backs.
Okay. Like they're working together.
Like they're working together.
For some reason.
Correct.
And it's not because of the ship.
It's not necessarily because of the ship. Yeah, you can kind of piece together that it's not like safety of the ship or like they're just crew. You kind of get that there's something deeper between these two guys.
Okay. I said, can we go along our way without any incident after this?
Well, you're not going to grab me anymore, are you?
I can't make promises.
Then I can't make promises. If you can't promise to grab me, I can't promise to not remove you.
If you know my species, I would have had your head.
Well, that doesn't make me want you to stay on the ship.
But I'm just saying that I restrained myself, so that shows you something.
Okay. I appreciate that, but don't give me great face.
I start walking away.
The Orion kind of very calmly just kind of keeps you close by. Doesn't let you walk all the way down the hallway.
Oh, like he's in my way?
Yes, like he's in your way. Yeah.
It's best that he moves. I'm just trying to diffuse this myself. I said it's best that you move.
He looks at the first mate. The first mate, he takes a big breath and he says, "Look, I'll go against my better judgment here. I think the two of you need to be off this ship. We all saw it. The chef says that this guy's okay. I don't know who this guy is, but if he's with you, clearly he is. If the chef says he's okay and you're with him, I'll trust the chef. But anything happens, anything. You sneeze funny, you're gone. You're off the ship. I don't care. You're gone."
Is this about around the same time that I see the person that I need to see?
Almost.
Okay.
So that's where he leaves it.
Okay.
And he kind of he looks at the Orion. He doesn't, when he looks at you, he obviously backs up. He lets you walk by, but it's not one of those like, oh, I better get out of his way. He doesn't care. He just gets out of your way. And the two Orions walk back to the front of the, like where they were, to the opening to the ship, the entry point. The first mate goes, you can see that he's walking down the hallway. He says, just have a good time. Okay. This is for fun. And he keeps walking and he's going back, obviously back to the security office. And the chef looks at Lozesh and you two and is like, "Hey, I don't know anything. This guy, I didn't know he was with you. I thought it was just cool that he was eating Korsh. Nobody orders that." I felt bad for him. He's an Andorian. You there, you with the other shirt like this guy, you see what's on his head? I felt bad. So I don't know. I'm not involved. I'm gonna go back to work. You three, just please. Just I don't know. I'm just gonna go. And he abruptly kind of turns and walks back to the kitchen area. So the three of you are now just alone outside of the dining hall, processing what happened.
Well, yeah. I did make some headway with the chef before this incident. Lozesh were supposed to be keeping a low profile.
I don't think he knows how to do that.
I did the best I could.
It's very being is not low profile.
I mean, look at me.
It was a foolproof disguise until you laid your hands on the gentleman.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you guys are, unless you want to keep talking about stuff, we can fast forward time to then. Okay.
Where are we?
So you two guys are going to be in the dance hall, the dance room, and Jahan still, as far as I know, continued to go to the study. Okay, so now Eric.
Yes.
This is going to be the meaty roll.
Oh, okay. 20.
It is two D20s. And it's going to be hefty. So he's trying to so everybody else understands. I'm not going to give all the finer details, but what Lozesh sees as he walks into the dining hall is he sees an individual. And this individual kind of does like that, I don't know, like Born Identity. It's like that moment where he sees something and he gets kind of like a flashback. And his brain is starting to fire on all cylinders to a degree. to get this image, to get this memory kind of rolling. But it's going to be hard because he's working off of really, really bad
Memories.
damaged brain.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a difficulty 4. He's got to roll security and reason.
He basically has to get 2 ones.
No.
To roll 4 with 2 dice?
Yeah, but I have it's a command. It's
It would be he would have to have momentum or roll 2 ones. Yeah.
Unless he has a focus he can use.
I don't think he has a focus on that.
I never get lost, and engineering are my focus.
Yeah. I mean, I never get lost is kind of more to the con, but yeah.
Yeah. I have a memory loss issue. So my focus. Okay, it's reason, which is 8, and
security
is 3. So
an 11.
That's an 11. So I need, and it's a -4. So it's actually, math here, a 7 or lower.
No. You have to. You have to get a dice. So you have to have 4 successes. So you either have to have.
I have to roll it 4 times. I got it.
So you have to have either 2 ones to get 4 successes, or you'd have to purchase momentum and hope that all 4 of those dice are 11 and under. Because otherwise, if they're 11 and under on 2 dice, it's only 2 successes, and you haven't made it. You haven't.
Okay, I'm gonna do the momentum.
Do you have because we only have 2 momentum left, so you can't buy 2 dice. Do you have a value you can use, so you can use a determination?
That's true.
Oh, what's the value?
Your quote, your little inspiration kind of like things within quotations. I think you had some.
Yeah, I do. I decide things with my knife.
Yeah, if you were fighting him, yeah.
And because I'm dealing with these memories, something's gonna trigger this. All right. I'll just do it without any help.
You could buy at least one extra case.
Buy 1 and then roll 3.
Okay, I got 7.
Okay, 7.
I got another 7. And I got a 2.
Okay, so 3 successes, but not 4.
Do you want me to roll another one or no?
No, I'm trying to think if there's a way I can get you to. No, not really. There's nothing really you can do. Well, the best we can say is that that guy goes on your radar. There's something about him. You just don't know what it is. He stands out like a black and white picture, but there's one thing in color. It's like he's the kid in the red coat type of thing, and the rest is black and white. He stands out. You don't really know why. You don't understand why he stands out.
You did a Schindler's List.
I did do a Schindler's List.
Oh my goodness, you're killing me, man.
So you don't know why he stands out, but he does. So you know him. You tracked him. You know what he looks like. It's not like
something about him smells familiar.
Exactly.
And it keeps on running through my mind. And I can't stop it.
Yeah. He's definitely going to be on your mind.
Who am I with?
Just our hat and like other cruise people in the room.
Okay. I go up to our hat and I tell him, do you see that man over there?
Yeah, I see him.
Don't trust him. I don't know why. Don't trust him.
I don't trust anyone in this room, but
Maybe we can talk to him. And I'll let you do the talking.
Trust anybody in this room.
I don't trust anybody in this room. But yeah.
Not even myself.
So you go over to. Do you want to go over to him, Mike, or no? Do you not want to?
is there a table near him?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I would start by going over to a table near him, see if there's anybody interested in him at all, and if not, I can try just chit chat because he'd be at the table next to me.
Okay. So I need you, Mike, to roll security insight, difficulty 3.
Security insight.
We
So I
have
need
one momentum left.
13.
So yeah, you can buy one, or you can hope to roll, or if you have, like Andrew said, you have a value, you can use a value.
And
Maybe.
checking out my values, and nothing really stands out that I could use it in this situation.
Okay, you're trying to notice something about the guy, so that's what you're looking for.
Yeah. And if I talk to him, I can use a focus. But
Okay.
just standing next to him, looking at him, I don't have a focus that I can use.
Okay. So it's up to you whether you want to use that momentum or not.
Where's a Vulcan when you need one?
You left him on the ship.
We took his clothes. Figured that was enough.
I think I'll use the one momentum that we have left.
Okay.
Okay.
I was looking for a 13.
Hmm.
1 success out of 3 dice.
Okay. So you don't pick up on it. Let's see. I don't know how well. Do you want to roll, Eric, for security insight? It's the same.
Sure.
It's the same difficulty.
Okay. 3 dice?
Just 2.
Just 2.
I can actually use one of my talents on this.
Okay.
But I have constantly watching.
Okay, let me look at that. Let me just make sure that.
Where it wouldn't be for him, it would be basically for the room.
True.
To see if anybody is paying attention to us.
I rolled a 9 and I rolled an 11.
Okay. Well, that's okay. So it didn't happen. Let me think. Are you trying? It says when you're trying to detect danger. Well, you know what? So how many successes did you get?
I had
2.
1 success, and he had 2.
Yeah. You had 1 success, Mike?
I had 1 success.
Okay. So sadly, constantly watching did work, but you needed 2 successes. Because it says hidden enemies, essentially. So
Right.
So both of you see this guy. This guy locks eyes with Lozesh. He's not looking at you, Mike. He's not looking at our hat at all.
I look at our hat and I say, tell the captain I'm sorry. And I disappear out of fear. You don't see me anymore. I fade away.
Okay, so I have to make your roll to do that.
Okay.
Because you are a 7-foot tall lizard, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also have
Things. We'll just say things for now, yeah.
let me see.
So that would be
I have you can't see me. And I do this now.
Yeah.
I would love to see a 7-foot tall lizard doing this and then just disappear.
You can't see me.
Okay, it's going to be command daring, and it's going to be this is the bad thing. It's going to be difficulty 4.
Okay.
You're doing it on the fly. You have no
Right.
Yeah.
So 4 rolls.
2 rolls.
Unless you have a value you can use.
Oh, I see. Never mind. I can't since we've already used them up, right?
Right. There's nothing.
So you can
for
use a
value.
value. We use the momentum up, but you can still use your value because you start with a determination point you haven't used yet.
Okay.
Does any of your values make sense in this situation?
I have no. Other than my strength. Well, I just know just now that I can do what I'm doing, so I can't say that that's a value. So I'm just going to roll the 2.
Okay. Let's hope.
I rolled a 3.
Okay.
And I rolled a 9.
So 2 successes, not 4. So sadly, you can't do that.
Okay. Shoot.
I know. I was hoping you could, but okay. So you turn to him, you say that to him, and then nothing happens.
And you're like this, and you're still sitting there.
No.
No, he doesn't.
No, I'm not. No, I'm just getting very angry. And
Yeah,
I'm getting a low growl, guttural growl that I really don't like this man. And I don't know why.
So you know him, but you don't know him.
Right.
So the man very quietly, very slowly, just starts to get up and leave the room. You can tell he's exiting the room. So the man, to help you, what he looks like, I should have explained that, is he is a Zindi primate. So he's like the guys with all the hair. He's a Zindi guy, but he's the one with all the extra hair around his face and everything.
Now I gotta make the decision of do I follow him or not.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anyone else in the room of interest?
No, like the first mate and the engineer. The entertainer's in here. The lady that you saw in the briefing is in here. She's up on the stage. But everybody else is just random. You can tell that they're just random people. Some people you've seen from the game room. Some people you've seen in the hallways. They're just random people.
Yeah. I'm thinking about just seeing if I can have a quick conversation with him. I'm gonna walk after him.
Okay.
Just to see if he'll say anything or not to me. I'm not gonna push too much. Yep.
So
Because we're already skating on thin ice. they want to
Yeah.
throw us off, so I don't want to make too many waves.
Okay.
So I do want to see if I can just talk to him. And what I would say is, I noticed that you saw, Lozesh, who was next to me.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't remember anything. And do you know him? Or is it just that you saw a giant lizard standing next to me?
Okay, you have to now roll command insight, difficulty 1.
Command insight.
Don't you have focuses that have to do with talking to people?
I lowered it down for your whatever it was called. What
Yeah,
is your thing called?
I also do have a focus.
So I used your constantly watching to lower the difficulty to 1 because it was a 2. So that's what's happening here.
And I also have persuasion as a focus.
Is that who you're talking about?
Nope.
No, Andy just showed it.
I got it.
That's the normal. That's like the normal humanoid Zindi. Andy's gonna show it right here.
Ooh. Oh, I knew it. I knew it was him.
Andy disappears in this face.
Like, yeah, it's funny.
That's so creepy. It just shows up in the hallway like that.
He's phasing in and out of time.
That's awful.
It's not the Vulcan. It's the primate.
Okay, so I needed. Let me see. It was command and insight. I needed 12.
Yep.
I got a 10 and an 11.
Okay. So you ask him that question. He says, because he's a big, huge lizard. And the second he says that, you know he is lying to you. He is not. That is not the reason. But that's what he says to you.
So we got 1 momentum.
Yeah,
yes.
we did get 1 momentum out of this.
Yep.
And I want to push it, but I don't want to push it.
Okay.
Where I really want to say, and you are lying through your teeth.
Oh yeah, it's plain as day. It's
his tooth.
Yeah,
it's only got 1.
His big snarly nasty tooth.
Yeah, he's a Nausicaan with 1 fang.
Yeah.
No.
No.
I'm just joking.
Yeah, I'm debating on what exactly I want to say, because I want to say you're lying through your, you're lying.
What's your gut tell you to do, Mike?
My gut tells me to press it, but not gut him. Because I won't get anything out of him if I kill him.
I kill him in the room,
and I will be thrown off the ship. Because
it'll
if I
be
attack
bad.
him, I will.
It'll be
kill
bad.
him.
It will definitely be bad.
Yes.
It'll probably be right.
If we start fighting, the knife will come out and he will die. So I'm trying to keep myself from killing the man, but I want to push a little bit more and just see if I can get a little bit of information.
What am I doing, Will, at this time?
In that you've probably, as he was walking, he started to walk, and Mike kind of like, our hat kind of like walked up and said, hey, like that. So you're probably, you're kind of like turning to look at him. You know what I mean? Like, this is all happening within like 5 seconds, however long it takes Mike to ask him that question and for him to respond. 10 seconds.
I start to stand next to Mike, trying to figure out if he has an answer. And I just nudge Mike to do more. Ask another question.
And my question would be, well, my gut tells me you're a lying piece of crud, but I'll give you another chance.
And he says, "Oh, that's okay. I understand that you think that I'm lying, and that's fine, but he is a really giant lizard, and I am afraid of him. So,
Hmm. Yeah, the biggest problem is I don't want to start something because we will get kicked off.
I whisper, there's more.
Have you ever seen anyone like him before?
Are you asking me?
No, I'm asking the man about Lozesh.
Oh, that's a
so
good
all
question.
he says to you is that he doesn't answer. He doesn't have to answer you. I don't have to answer you. He says.
You just did. Thank you.
So he continues. He continues to walk away, like he's trying to get away from you guys.
Yep.
I walk in front of him to stop him.
Okay.
Lozesh,
I just am in his way.
The whole way, he's just going to keep walking around you. Every time you take a step, he's just going to keep juking around you.
Yeah, okay. So I put my hand on his shoulder.
He stops.
And I hiss, answer him correctly.
And he says, it's a shame you don't remember. But I'm not sad about that.
I have flashbacks again.
Okay. You have the opportunity to roll. What did I have you? I don't even remember what I had you roll last time.
Oh, you mean when I was trying to disappear?
No, the first time when you were getting the flashback.
Oh, was it security? No. It was insight and something else.
I think it was security insight. Yeah, I think you were right.
Okay. All right. And is it -4 or 3?
It's just the difficulty. What that means is how many dice you have to roll or how many successes you need. And so I will reduce it by 1 because you've had a flashback now. So it's only difficulty 3. So you have a momentum. You can use that to roll 3 dice.
Okay. Do a momentum. I got a 5.
Okay.
A 1.
There you go.
And a 2.
Perfect. So that's 4 successes. So you get 1 momentum back. And now you put it on. You totally don't 100% know all of your backstory, but you know that this guy is a temporal agent.
Mm.
And I know that he's from
the future. He's from the future. And you know that he's involved in some sort of temporal affair and somehow he's connected to you. But you don't quite know what that missing link is.
And so I say that to him. I tell him that I know he's from the future. I just want to know why I'm here.
The second you say he's from the future, now I got to do something. The second you say he's from the future. Okay, I have to roll 1. I have to get 1 success. I got to go to his thing. I had to look at what I had to roll. Okay, 12. I got to roll a 12. A 9 and a 16. Okay. So I succeeded because I needed 1. I got a 9. The second you see that, he grabs his wrist and he kind of runs his hand like this, and this kind of rainbow effect happens, and he disappears. But you have a lot more insight. you understand your background a little bit more now.
I look at our hat and I say, I know what he did. I know where he went.
That's more than I know.
I can do the same thing. I just don't know how. We are not safe here. At least I'm not.
So what you gauge from that is he didn't disappear like you were trying to do. He shifted through time. Like he shifted.
Yep.
So with that, with you seeing that and you having the much better flashback, your thing will come your ability will come down by 2. So now next time you want to do that, it'll be a difficulty 2 to succeed on you turning invisible. Not shifting through time like he did. He clearly like shifted.
Right.
But for you, next time at any interval, it'll be a difficulty 2.
Okay. And I say to you, I said, this isn't over. So be prepared. Be prepared that I may not be myself if I see him again.
Yep. Okay, well, sadly, the both of you realize that the first mate isn't going to come to the dance hall. That didn't play out in your favor. So you guys can keep wandering, you can keep talking, but we're going to cut to Jahan because he's in the study. He was going to meet the chef in the study. We know that was about to happen.
Okay.
So that's a good, I just like it. That's a good, like, Star Trek moment where it's like, oh, and then, like, cut away. So, Jahan is in the study. What do you want to be like? Sitting down reading a book or just like walking around? Like, what would you?
I'd like to be perusing.
Okay.
Wow.
So as you're perusing, the chef comes in and he says, he goes, I don't know who those other guys were to you, but I can tell that there's something about you. I can tell that there's something more to you.
Yes, those are like-minded individuals that just perhaps having a little too much fun this evening.
That's okay. It is a pleasure cruise, so I understand.
You can imagine the big one has a bit of a temper.
Yeah, I mean most big green things have big tempers.
And that's without the liters of space juice that he probably consumed.
Yes. We're well known for our space juice on this cruise ship.
Yes.
And it's not synthahol either.
Yeah. So I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to have you follow me to the bridge. I think I'd like you to meet the captain, and I'd like the captain to meet you.
That would be my pleasure.
Okay. So he leads you to the bridge. You see him like put in some codes into the turbo lift, like the elevator type thing, and so that you can gain access to the bridge. So as he gets up there he is. There's the captain. He's in his chair. He's looking at a pad. He's reading something. And the chef goes in. And instead of belaboring this, because I don't really want to do a Mrs. Doubtfire thing where I have to talk to myself. So they have this exchange that they're kind of quiet to themselves. You don't really hear it. You can kind of infer that the chef is kind of like telling him something that is giving you an in. He's giving you an in to talk to the captain and perhaps get more information. Like basically, you're getting to the point where, like, this is where you want to be. Your mission is getting, like you're fulfilling your mission. You get that sensation by the conversation they're having.
Mm-hmm.
So after they have their conversation, the captain looks over at you, and then he says, "Commander, come over."
I come over.
Okay. He says, "My friend here tells me that you might be interested in maybe helping out people who kind of are getting down on their luck, especially against the Federation."
Oh, of course, anything to lend a helping hand. That's what my mission was when I joined Starfleet, but you know.
Oh, I know. I don't know your exact story, but
oh, I know.
Oh, I know. I don't know your exact story, but I've heard it many times. The Federation screwing people over, killing people, letting people die. Sick of it. He goes, I've looked into you. I look at all the guests who come on. I look at all of their things. I was surprised to see your name, but now talking to the chef makes sense.
Hmm.
Okay. He says, so he says, this is what I want. This is what I would like you to do. And he points over to the con, the con officer would set. There's nobody there. He says, he goes, I want you to punch in, because if you say who you think, if you are who you say you are, I want you to punch in the codes for the Drake. So what he's basically what he was asking you to do there is he wants you to punch in the codes that will bypass like the Drake's security system, so that if they attack it, if they board it, if anything happens, they can just overwrite anything and essentially, you're like basically putting kryptonite in the lead box.
Unfortunately, Captain, my position aboard the Drake is merely for show. I'm it's for the public eye. They want it to seem like I am in charge in power, but unfortunately I don't have that information. Not readily, anyway.
He says that is convenient, but I do agree with it. And you can tell he's trying to determine
whether you're lying or not. You watch.
Yeah. So what you though can determine, and I'll tell you because you can look at it, you can make the decision. You can either work your way out of this situation in some manner and just be like, whoops, and you go somewhere and try to get into that council, because on that council you can tell that there's a lot of sensitive information on this thing. So you can either kind of like flub it and be like, oh, well, I can do this thing and do something at the council that's not what you're saying, or you can excuse yourself and try to do it elsewhere. I'm just saying you can gather that much when you look at the council, that like you want that. You can tell that's got some good stuff on it.
Can you do something that would can he do something that would alert the Drake what he's trying to do?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I do have a bunch of jury rigging things. Focus in it. I have a talent with it.
Yeah, you're proud and honorable because he is trying to coerce you into betraying your allies or acting dishonorably. So if you're trying to deceive him, using your proud and honorable thing would make it like less difficulty. Jury rigging, you're not really repairing anything, so that doesn't necessarily work in your favor. I can help you a little bit further. If you do it here from in front of him, it's con reason difficulty 1. If you leave, it'll be con reason difficulty 2, but you'll be assisted by the Tranquil. And it'll be harder with the Tranquil because obviously it's working against its own self. So it's easier to do it from the con, basically, is to do it from this council here.
Okay.
And if you want to use your talent, we can make it. We can use we can make it a difficulty 0 because he is trying to coerce you. You would just have to explain narratively like what you're going to do so that you can like. You're trying to like trick him essentially.
Right. Would I be able to open up comms with that? From that station that I'd be?
Yeah, like hail the Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd have to do it kind of like under the radar. Like you'd have to kind of. Yeah.
Is that a thing? Can that be?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I'll let you pick one. You can pick either accessing the council for con reason 0 difficulty 0, or you can do the ships. I'm trying to find the ship here. I gotta find it. It's like it's going to be comms and I think it's security. So it'd be a 4. I think. I don't remember what hailing is.
What would be a 4?
Using the Tranquil to hail the Drake.
It'd be a difficulty 4?
No, it has a 4 in comms. I was trying to see what 2 numbers I would roll together for it.
The ship's numbers.
Yeah. Control engineering. So you would roll control engineering, and it would be communications engineering for the ship. And that's a 5. So the ship would need a 5, and you would need whatever your control engineering. So the thing I'm going to give you is one of them is going to be a 0, and the other one's going to be a 1. So you get to pick which one you want. Either hacking the console to get that information be a 0, or hailing the Drake a 0.
Okay. You threw very, very many options at me here.
Okay, so you're the two options
I'll tell
are.
you what. I want to tell you what I want to do. I want to open up.
Yep.
Like comms between so that they can hear what's happening.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But I want to do it obviously on the low.
Okay. That's the first thing you want to do. So we're going to make that the difficulty 0 thing.
So that just happens then, unless I get terrible numbers.
Unless you get complications, and in this way you can get momentum.
So don't roll a 20.
Gotcha. All right.
So you're gonna roll. Wow, where is it? I just had it. Here it is. You're gonna roll control engineering. That's what you're rolling. 2d20.
Gotcha. So it's a 16 for me.
And I'm rolling 1 for the ship.
Okay, Captain, there actually is something I might be able to try to get in there. So let me just see if
By
I
all
can
means.
work my magic.
By all means.
Oh, I rolled a 20 and a 17.
Oh, ow. Ow.
Perfect. So you got it. I mean, you got a success because the ship didn't get it. So you did succeed, right? Or is that 17?
Oh, yeah, I have 16, so that was 2
Okay.
failures. Yeah.
Okay, so 2 failures doesn't matter. It was difficulty 0, it doesn't matter. So no momentum, but you get a complication. So the complication is going to be you're going to get it to the Drake, but the complication is it doesn't stay open. So whatever. So they get like a ping that somebody is hailing them. They open it. It's open for a little bit, but then it doesn't stay open.
Okay.
So whatever your next, let's say your next 2 sentences, whatever those are, that's going to be the sentences that they hear. They're not going to hear any more than 2 sentences.
I see. So, unfortunately, Captain, it looks like I've been locked out of the higher functioning systems. So I can't access them for you at this time.
Okay. So immediately when that happens, Sandin hails the captain. He says, so your little thing goes off there, Adri.
Sorry.
And he says, Captain, he goes, we just got a hail from the Tranquil, and it was Commander Jahan talking to somebody. He said he mentioned a captain, but he wasn't talking to you.
He
and
must
he talked
be
about he talked about accessing something, but he didn't have permission.
Interesting. He must be in with the right people.
What would you like me to do, Captain?
I'll just try to I'll try to reconnect to John secretly
Perfect.
with only his knowledge.
Okay. With 3 successes,
Jeez.
so Jahan sees it goes like blink, and he's like, "Oh, nice!" And then it goes off, and he's like, "Ah!" And then 20 seconds later, he sees it connect again, but this time from the out in, and he's able to keep it, under they don't see it basically.
I hit the button. I hit the mute real quick.
Right, real fast. Yeah.
Thank you.
So the captain of the Tranquil didn't introduce himself to me, did he? I don't think he did.
No.
He what you notice, he purposely didn't give you his name or anything.
All right,
But you know him from the debriefing that it is Captain Zarafit. But
right.
that's a
What's
yeah.
his name?
Well, I'll put it to you this way because you put it together. Zarafit, Captain Zarafit. You put that together really quickly so that way you don't get it. That was kind of like a thing. Like if you were like, "Hey, Captain, whatever," he would have known.
Yeah. Right.
Right. Okay.
All right. So yeah. So I'm still messing around in the screen here. So let me try a few other things. I am a bit of a whiz in engineering, as you can imagine.
A bit of a whiz.
I might not have the pomp that I once had, but I still have the skills.
Okay. So you're gonna roll con reason difficulty 1, and as you say that, the chef walks closer to you. He's kind of he's not over your shoulder looking, but he's closer.
So what am I rolling for here?
You're rolling con reason. You're rolling to download information. You're trying to get what's on the ship. Like you're trying to download like sensitive information about anything about the ship, where it's been, what it's been doing, anything. Logs, personal log, everything. You're trying to get
personnel.
You're basically jamming personnel. You're jamming the thumb drive in and downloading literally everything you can.
So that can get transferred through open communications like that?
No, you are gonna.
What is he downloading it to? Is what I think.
Yeah,
he has the thumb drive in his thumb because he's got the ears. He might as well have the thumb drive in his thumb.
Yeah, it's downloading to your antenna.
I guess I assumed that you had like a tricorder on you.
I don't have any idea what I have on me.
I
thought I didn't have anything.
Yeah,
didn't they sneak stuff through?
I didn't. They snuck a bunch of weapons on.
Yeah.
Now.
In our undercover mission.
I didn't use it yet.
Can you just like send it through?
Yeah, you can. You know what? Yeah, I'll have it go that way. Let's say you don't have the tricorder, so you're gonna send like a data stream, like a data packet, back to the Drake.
All right, because I'm gonna be totally honest with you, I wasn't quite sure what I was doing in that room anyway.
That's okay.
Good. I'm glad I'm not the only one who hasn't a clue what's going on.
I was gonna try to open comms and then have him talk about things, but I didn't honestly know what I was trying to get out of that situation, and I'm still not 100%.
Just a base safety net.
I thought we were trying to implicate him.
Right, you are trying to implicate him, and he wants you to go over and do Drake numbers, and you said you couldn't, but then you said, well, now I can. Because you gleaned that the council could be accessed. So that's pretty much where you're at.
Okay.
He's testing you, so that's why you're not getting a lot of... He wants to see where your loyalties lie.
Okay.
So, while he's rolling and counting, I have a question.
Okay.
Would it be advantageous for me, the captain, to
probably not
to open like security things so that it shows them that he's done it, and then we like quickly change passwords or something?
Well, that's what I was gonna get around to, but
okay.
Now we're just
don't really
talking
know
about it instead of playing it
That's
out.
okay.
You don't really know what he's doing either.
True. I have to act like I'm nowhere, like, except, okay.
It's okay. I mean, it's not like you're playing out, you're just talking, so it's okay.
I don't know if that was legal.
Yeah, you can talk. You can talk, like throw ideas to each other, but obviously you have to. It's the thing where you can throw ideas out, but it doesn't mean it's going to happen because rolls, all that stuff.
Sure.
So.
All right, then my plan is to communicate through the open channel that I need to access the security and that he wants the security accessed.
Yeah.
And hopefully on the other end, they receive that message and do, some sort of shenanigans to just make it seem like you were saying.
Very good. Thank you. Yeah. This is the first time I'm hearing or thinking of that information, but I will agree. I will comply.
Will you comply?
I will comply. So I kind of like gesture to whoever does that kind of thing on my bridge, and I say, "Do it." Just
So Sandin, yeah.
Yeah, I say.
All right, so I'll talk to the Tranquil captain here. I said, "Okay, Captain, it looks like I do have some access here. What is it that you wanted again?"
I want the codes to bypass the Drake's security.
Okay, I think I might be able to do that. So just give me a minute.
I send the codes.
And I start doing CSI typing, and looks like I'm hacking. That's what hacking is. It's just rapid, just
mashing on the thing. Yeah. So
Button mashing.
Basically, the comms open, so you hear that. You understand that he mashes in a whole bunch of numbers that aren't the numbers, right? Because he's not going to give them the numbers. He sends that to you. You've heard what it says, so then you guys are just going to go like, "Oh, those codes work," and like indicate that the ship is being overwritten, like hacked, essentially.
Okay.
So you guys are like, "Oh, wink," and then take the thing.
Do what?
And then you'll send back like a fake confirm thing to his screen so he can show the captain that like, huh? Yeah, right.
Oh
Mash,
no,
mash,
we are
mash,
totally vulnerable.
Here are all the codes that you need.
Now you have access to everything. Nah.
So that's happening.
Even my friendship.
So you now have the like green, like happy screen that you've succeeded.
All right. So it looks like we're in, Captain. What did you need?
He gets up and he walks over and he looks down at the thing. And he goes, I didn't really need anything but that. I just needed to know where you stood.
Oh, well, here I stand.
Nice.
And he says, do you mind staying on here for a little bit while we work some things out?
Oh, not at all. The view from up here is immaculate. Quite the ship you've put together. I didn't quite catch your name, Captain.
Oh, I am Captain Saman Zarafit.
Ah, Smanzerfit. Well, nice to meet you.
Yes.
What race is he?
He is a Bolian.
Oh
yeah.
And that is all I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
So he turns back. He kind of whispers into the chef's ear, and then the captain. He doesn't say anything to you. He just walks out of into a side room. The chef comes closer to you and he says, "Well, that went much better than I thought it was going to. He really thought you were not the stuff."
Ah, well, I can imagine with my history, not everybody fully knows about my past with them, but with Starfleet.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's just after everything they've done to me, there's no turning back.
Okay, well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to have everybody come up here, and we're going to make a delivery to somebody who's waiting for some things. I don't have the approval from the captain to tell you all the finer details, but we're going to make a delivery here as soon as we get off Planet Q.
I see some gorsh, perhaps.
I'm glad you liked it.
Loved it.
Liar.
He says, so you stay here. I'm going to go. He's like, I'm going to bring the rest of them up here. So he walks over to like a comm wall. So now is your time. Now is your time to send that information to the Drake.
Okay. But I don't have a tricorder. Is that something that I would normally have?
You would, but it's okay. What we're going to do is have you just do like a secret data stream, like a download saying to the Drake. Like you're just going to use this and send like basically like Wi-Fi dumping information onto the Drake.
And I whisper into the comm. I say, turn Bluetooth on.
Right.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
Enable Bluetooth.
So you're going to roll con reason, difficulty 1.
Con reason. 10, 11, 12. All right, that's 2 successes.
Okay, so you get one momentum. So what you both can see, both the captain, people on the bridge of the Drake, and Jahan can see that Saman Zarafit is conducting a private deal with the Talarians. And they're transporting contraband. And the contraband you can put, it's the type of thing where it's like, it's the stuff under your sink that you know that can be combined together to make terrible things. So it's all these little things that separately they're fine, but together they can make weapons. They can make bombs. So that's what you two can piece together from that.
One of these things is not like the other.
Yep. So,
where are Lozesh and Tharhat right now?
They're in the dance hall.
They're in the dance hall. Okay.
Cutting a rug, man.
Cutting a rug.
So I am not able to communicate with them from where I'm at.
You could access a wall comm, but you would have it would broadcast like into the room, not loud, just from the comm on the wall, so like other people could hear it essentially.
I'm on the bridge. Woo! Back to the captain. Waha!
Okay. Can I use the thing that I'm at now to like broadcast to other crew members, or what are we talking here?
Yeah, you can. You just are going to risk perhaps like other randos like hearing the conversation.
That's fine. So I would like to. So everything has been sent over then, right?
The Drake has it all.
Okay. So we don't have any use of being on the ship anymore?
Not really, other than perhaps trying to detain these people. But obviously that's not.
That wasn't the mission.
Right.
Okay, so
get the heck out of there.
Can I open up comms to just like personnel to say something through that? Just say something, just broadcast a message. Do I have to roll for that one?
No. If you're just pushing a button to talk, it's a difficulty 0. You can roll if you want more momentum, but you don't have to.
Will the captain know that he's doing this?
Depends on what he's doing. If he's doing an overcom like an overhead thing, yes. If he's doing a wallcom thing, no.
It would just probably be like wallcom. I mean, if they're like communicating with each other, they probably wouldn't announce it over the thing. They would have like,
yeah, right,
yeah. All right. Can I? So I'll just say it then. So I'm not projecting it. Just
Yeah, I know what you mean. Entering.
Okay. So, yeah, could we please have some security to the dance hall? It's the gentleman from before. That's it.
Gotcha.
Nice.
So both of you hear that because you guys were near the exit because that random guy was leaving, right? And you hear as clear as day Jahan talking through the wallcom, and you hear him say that. He didn't talk to the security. That didn't come through security. That came into the dance hall close by where you guys were. It was hard to hear over the music, but you could pick it up.
And that tells me to get out of the dance hall.
Yep, same here.
Okay.
I didn't like this song anyway.
Okay, so
That also tells me that we need to meet up. And we would always have some place where we would meet. We
okay,
would plan ahead of time.
that's totally fine. Yeah, that's totally fine. Where would you guys like that to be? Like, what would you? Because now you can go to the Wallcom and you can talk back to John.
Would everyone hear it in the?
So, well, if anybody was, there's nobody close enough to the Wallcom that they would hear it, and over the music, nobody would hear it.
How about where John is? John will hear it from his station.
The chef is far. The chef is the only person on the bridge, and he's far enough that if John doesn't talk very loud, like more than a whisper, he won't catch it because he's on a Wallcom talking to the other people, so he's distracted. He's distracted.
Cargo Bay 3.
Okay.
This is where we'll go.
Yeah, I would ask Jahan, is he able to get to that point?
Okay.
It might take a few minutes, but I think I can manage my way there.
Sounds good. We'll see you there. I don't want to transmit any information that we don't want anyone to know.
Of course.
Okay. So you guys kind of secretly are just like, hey, so see you there, and okay, yep. So I know what John's gonna try probably to do here in a minute. So what are you gonna do, Adri?
I feel like I don't really know. Like, if I'm trying to play accurately, like, I don't really know. But, like, was the comm still open through all that?
You weren't in on him and Mike talking to each other.
So I don't know that they are gonna try to leave.
Well, let me think about this. Would you? Yeah, he wouldn't have disconnected it. And he was typing something down. Yeah, so you would have heard him. You would have heard them talk to each other. Yes, because he's not using the same thing.
So, okay, so now we know that mission's accomplished. Now we just gotta get the crew back.
Yep.
So, go to yellow alert.
Okay.
And then, because things might get hairy. Just be ready, I guess, to get them out if need be somehow. Like, we might have to defend.
Are you going to them, or are you just staying docked on the Starbase at Yellow Alert?
Let's stay docked. I don't want to. I feel like they can come out much more quietly than that.
Well, they just so you know, just in
I don't
case
see
you're not thinking if you're not remembering, they left Planet Q and now they're just on like their cruise ship path.
You have to come get us.
I don't really feel. I'm just kidding. Okay.
I already got all the information.
Can I speak to Captain Knightley through the?
Yep.
And
nobody will hear it.
No one can hear that.
No, because you got 3 successes, so it's like you're doing really well.
All right. So we just talked to those two, and I'll speak to the captain. So, Captain Knightley, do you receive?
I'm here. Yes.
With the information presented, it would seem we should probably get off of this ship and stop the delivery from being made immediately.
Very good. Very good. I agree. Good work. So we would just zip our little ship along, and then what? Like, are we beaming them out? Like, are we using?
You can do anything. I mean, basically, what you would do is you would inform the admiral what you've received, and then your guys there's no. It's basically they're gonna would be in more danger. Specifically, Jahan would be in more danger trying to constantly stay undercover, and he would have to do more what do you call it, things that would make him uncomfortable to stay, and then they would ride out. It could be weeks before they land somewhere that they could just get off, and so.
So if people get booted off, because they were going to get thrown off earlier, what would happen when we're, cruising?
Right.
So what would have happened is they would have landed at a nearby Federation colony and booted them, but they hadn't they hadn't taken off from Planet Q, so he was gonna put them back on Planet Q.
So what if they get themselves kicked off, and then John can sneak out with them?
Sure.
Yep.
Okay.
I think I have an out for us, Captain. We just have to be at the next planet
drop-off center.
Stop here.
Basically, you can see on the charts that the flight path that you can see, there's a nearby Federation colony that the Tranquil could land at, and you could essentially exit from.
Okay.
So Captain, perhaps we could have a welcoming party for the Tranquil at the next location.
I think I pick up what you're putting down. Yeah, we will welcome you there.
All right, I'll get into contact with the rest of the team, and we will make that happen.
Very good. Good work. See you soon. And then I'll call my old buddy Foxwell.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say, Mrs. Foxwell. Admiral. And then I would just relay the fact that I would just relay what happened to her, the events, and let her know that we're headed to that planet.
Yeah.
And we're gonna pick them up there.
So what she says that even though the Talarians are a non-Federation world and outside of their district, their jurisdiction is what I meant to say. She just conveys to you that they're handling Federation property and it's a Federation ship, so too bad.
Yeah, I assume the entire Federation is going to go there and get the
it's not going to just be us,
right?
Right. Well, she's just saying from a point of this guy doing business with the Talarians, they have no control over that. The Talarians are not in their jurisdiction, but they're on a Federation ship and they're using Federation technology. So
so they can get lost with that.
Exactly.
So am I to assume that I'll be joined by a few other starships?
No.
Oh, good. So it's
because you're the only thing out here. Yeah, you're the only thing out here.
Good. All right. Well, red alert.
We'll come back to Jahan, and we'll see how he navigates off the bridge.
Right, so the chef is still doing.
Yeah, he's still over there talking to everybody. Yeah,
and the captain's not on the bridge anymore.
He is not on the bridge. No, he's in his off-ready room.
Okay. Yeah. So I walk over to the chef. Chef, do you think before our objective there's perhaps time for some dinner?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. You can tell he's partially annoyed, but also kind of he understands.
I'm just
can't get enough of that food, huh?
Just really enjoyed my meal earlier, so
the one you spit out.
Another round of that would be It would hit the spot.
Yeah, I mean, I like
would be
Korsh too.
nauseating.
Yeah, I like Korsh. So okay. So he goes, okay, give me like 20, 25 minutes. I'll be back. So he goes with. I mean, he goes. Are you going to follow him?
I would like to.
Okay. Yep. So then he goes down. He goes in. He goes through. And he gets off on the deck. I forget which deck it is. Yeah, but he gets off and he goes towards the kitchen.
All right. And I will say to him, I haven't used the restroom once since I've been on this ship, so while you're making that, I will be making something else over
That's awesome.
That's awesome. And he stops. His back is to you, and he stops in his in walking. You can tell he wants to turn around and react to you saying the last part of your sentence there. And then he just says, he doesn't look at you. He just says, okay, yep. And then he just keeps walking down the hallway.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
That's the best disguise. Okay, so I make my way to I forgot where we were meeting. One of the
Cargo 3 or
Cargo Bay 3.
So you enter the thing, and there is Arhat and Lozesh, but they're up. They're craftily hiding behind cargo containers,
behind boxes.
Yeah.
I'm on top of one of them.
Your tail's hanging out.
Yeah.
So I feel like I would debrief them on the situation, that the mission has been successful, and now we need to leave the ship before things escalate, and that there's we'll have.
Okay. You catch him up. You get him up to date.
Yeah. So
we'll. Yeah. So no, go ahead.
Are we stopping? Is that what you're?
What I was going to do was basically have you're like when you're debriefing them, the Drake's gonna show up.
I thought they were show up where?
Oh, were they not coming? I thought Adri said they were coming. Were you not?
I thought we were meeting at the next planet.
Okay, so that's
they have to get themselves kicked off.
I just misunderstood. Okay.
Where's that first mate?
Yeah, Lozesh, I was hoping maybe you could do what you do and get us off of this ship.
Okay.
It's feeding time.
Oh my God.
Shall I bite him this time?
Get us off the ship, not murdered if possible.
Okay.
Well,
So you leave.
Let's say there aren't very many officers here. He could take out a couple, I could take out a couple, and we could take over the ship. Probably be best to make a ruckus and get escorted off.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay, so you're gonna leave. Okay, go ahead.
I start screaming. I'm hungry. Where's my food? I'm running. I'm walking down the hallway, and I'm just heck bent on doing it.
Yeah. Okay. So as you're going down, you can see that some other other patrons, like other people on the ship, are like opening doors and looking at you, and then closing the door, kind of thing. And
I go every time they open the door.
So it doesn't take long, because obviously one of those people are going to call somebody.
Yeah.
And within minutes, I mean, it's not that long, because you can tell that the first mate was waiting for this. He was hoping that this was what was going to happen.
I'd be constantly watching, keeping an eye out for everybody, but being at a distance, allowing Lozesh to do what he wants. And we're trying to get kicked off, so I'm not trying to intervene at all, but be close enough to protect him if it comes down to it.
Okay. So off the turbolift comes the first mate and the 2 Orion security guards, and he sees Lozesh and he goes, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it was you. I knew this was what was going to be happening. He says, I don't want to hear it. Don't say anything. He says, he points to the 2 and Orions. He says, take him. He's coming with me. Take his buddy with him. He says, we're landing over here. I'm done.
I pull my knife.
You pull your knife?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I said, I'm hungry. Just lay a hand on me.
And the first mate says, listen, we don't got to get into a physical altercation. All you got to do is just walk down this hallway and get on the turbo lift and go to the security office with me. That's all we got to do.
Why is security office? Just get me off the ship.
Well, we're going to put you there until you can get off the ship. Are you going to stab us? Or are we going to shoot you? Okay.
You're going to shoot me? Yeah. Okay. I follow you. Still with my knife in hand. Just for my protection.
That's fair. So the 2 of you, not Jahan, go into the turbo lift. And they take you down to the security office. They walk you in. They take you in. There's not really a brig here. It's basically like the principal's office. Like, it's just chairs and a place to sit. Like, they don't expect to lock anybody up. Like, this is a pleasure cruise, so there's not really like a jail cell. And he says, listen, we're landing. You're going to be off this thing in like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So just sit here. Just sit here. That's all you got to do. Just sit here.
I look at the little chairs and I'm like, yeah, I'm standing.
He goes, fine. It's fine. It's fine. He walks out of the room. He leaves. And the 2 Orion guys just stand. They look at each other. They look at you 2. And then they
probably
say,
feel really intimidated.
What's that?
They probably feel really intimidated.
Well, they look at you both and say, this is the most fun we've had in a while.
I show my teeth for a smile. and I say, I'm glad.
Yeah.
This was fun too. For me. And I put my hand out to shake theirs.
And only one of them reaches out and he shakes your hand. Okay, so I mean, basically, unless the other Jahan wants to do something, they basically land.
Well, I make my way back to the mess hall and to the cafeteria and have a seat at the table that I was at the first time around.
Okay. So basically, as you're landing, he comes out with the Korsh. And he hands it to you. And he says, okay. He says, I don't know what's going on. He looks out the window. He goes, I don't know what's happening here. I don't know why we're landing here. I got to go talk to the first mate.
All right. And I'll say, actually, Chef, I think we're going to need this to go.
And that is where we'll end it.
Nice.
That's where we'll end tonight.
Dun.
So he says to go, and the Drake, you're there, obviously, already in orbit.
Okay.
So that's where we'll end tonight. So next week, what we'll do is we'll button this up together. We'll button this up. We'll tie the loose ends up together, and then we'll move on to our next episode.
Sounds good.
Should have said to Gorsh.
To Gorsh. Oh my
Well, it's
goodness.
It's Korsh with a C. So.
Stop.
So yeah. So next week. This is our double up week. So next Sunday.
Next
Is it-
Sunday, next Sunday.
I will.
All right, guys. Well, this was fun.
We'll
We did
see
it.
ya.
Yeah.
We'll see you in 7
It was
days.
great.
7 days?
Nice.
Days.
Six.
Hopefully,
Oh, we're
Sunday.
doing it.
I can do
We're
something
doing it next Sunday, huh?
Next Sunday.
Are we going to
This
do
is
it every
the
week from
Super Bowl.
here on out? No.
No.
No,
This was our
because
double up.
we
This was our
missed-
double up.
We missed
How-
last Sunday because of the Super Bowl.
How dare you? I like this.
I
know.
know.
Then after next Sunday, we're taking another 4-week break.
No. Don't listen
Yeah,
to him.
right.
Don't listen to him.
Yeah.
4-week break.
Hopefully next week Will's got some stuff for
Yeah.
Caleb and
I want
Andy.
to do something next week. Yeah.
I don't have anything. Caleb has 2 characters and Andy has nothing.
No, nothing. Nobody gets hurt. Nobody goes into
Okay, well,
engineering.
I'm
Yeah.
going to be talking to the doctor, and I'm going to be talking to
Perfect.
the
Yeah.
captain. So,
Perfect.
hey,
Yeah.
I got to let the doctor know so maybe he can do something to really trigger my memory.
Mm.
True.
True.
It's true.
I'll also be talking to the captain.
Well, you go ahead and do that,
You
Tattletale.
almost killed me.
Silva can walk
You
up to me and just
stupid.
hand me a receipt saying, you can reimburse me. Since I'm the one that authorized his clothes to be used.
That's funny.
Oh. All
Just
right.
picture Soba's
I'm
room with like
peacing
4
outta here.
padlocks on it now.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Bye.
Night.
Bye.